There's an issue that absolutely everybody has, including me, and that's avoiding your own life by distracting yourself. By distracting ourselves constantly, and you have no idea that you are sabotaging yourself by scrolling, by avoiding reality, by avoiding your own feelings. The feelings aren't the problem. They are your GPS. They are your guidance system. We do anything to avoid our feelings, to face reality, right? To be in the moment, to feel the moment. You gotta do something. You gotta take your phone. You gotta scroll. You gotta open that app. You gotta take a cig or a glass or a drug. Yeah, you gotta turn on TV. There's always something to do, or at least ruminate on BS. That's why we are miserable. That's why we are not happy. So our mind can be our greatest asset or the worst liability. You can flip it around. You can flip your entire life around in just a moment. But the thing is that most of us have become walking zombies in this digital era. That's why I banned social media. That's why I live in the van. More organic life. I'm not saying what I'm doing is best. It works for me. But a lot of us are unhappy, or at least used to be unhappy. And we avoid our own life. We avoid reality. I want you to stop distracting yourself and therefore stop self-sabotaging. I'll tell you how. So the mind is the most powerful tool or the worst liability if used correctly or incorrectly. And most of us are using our mind incorrectly by focusing on things that are problems, issues, dislikes, things that we don't want in our life, instead of focusing on what we do want in our life, right? And I used to be depressed because I had severe resistance to what is. And resistance breeds suffering. I thought the world was a dark place, that this world lacks love a great deal. And I had extreme resistance to it, and therefore it wasn't the world. It was me generating suffering. And then I avoided those negative feelings through numbing myself. And addiction became a problem. But today's addiction is digital. It's scrolling, right? The wrong use of mind is not being in the present moment, is doing something and being somewhere else. Let's say you drive a car and you're ruminating on your mind. In your mind, you're ruminating that when you come home, you will have this or that argument with your spouse. That is a wrong use of mind. The right use of mind would be paying attention to present moment, feeling your hands on the wheel, looking where you're going, feeling your body soften in the chair. Being present in the moment, in the now moment, which is eternal, it's always eternal, there's no time, is the right use of mind. And then you can notice how you feel. If you're feeling good, you're on track. If you're feeling bad, you're off track. Your feelings are your guidance system. It's a constant guidance system that is constantly communicating to us where we are. What are we doing? Are we on track or off track? If you are feeling good, you're on track. If you're feeling bad, you're off track. When something feels exciting, when you have this eager anticipation or joy, you feel happy about something, that is the right thing to do. Making yourself happy is whatever it is that makes you happy. Making yourself happy is the right path for you. That is your soul alignment, right? I had to throw myself into the depths of the darkness to realize these things. I've been through so much to realize these things. So another issue that everybody has is that we have thousands upon thousands upon thousands thoughts on our mind, crossing our mind in each moment. Yes, hundreds of thousands. I don't know. I didn't count. They're mostly fear and problems, right? Ruminating on issues constantly. They're either resentments about the past or worries about the future. Guilty. We are not present. This is a waste of mental energy. That's why we feel exhausted. We focus on things that we don't want instead of things that we do want. And what we focus on grows. Where your attention goes, that thing grows. And by being resentful, right, when I had severe depression, I was depressed because I had extreme resentment towards the world, the situation in the world and how things are. And because of that resentment, more I did not want something, more it appeared in my life. How? As within, so without, right? More you are afraid, more you resent, more you don't want something, more it persists. More you resist, more that thing persists. I learned that the hard way. Oh my God. Another issue that we all have is that we are avoiding feelings by distracting ourselves. Scrolling, watching TV, drinking, smoking, calling friend and then talking for hours, small talk, BS, all these kind of things. Just doing anything to avoid being in a present moment, still with ourselves and tuning into our feelings. These are avoidance behaviors. That's why addiction is so yummy. It gets you out of this fake reality matrix system and makes you feel good for a while. But it has a great downfall afterwards, and in a long term it harms you and it can even kill you. And that became a problem for me. We numb ourselves because we are afraid to feel what we are actually feeling. Our feelings are actually our guidance system. It's our guidance system directing us, maybe not that way, maybe the other way. Maybe you should change this seat and go somewhere else. Oh, maybe today you should do other thing than what you scheduled. This is your guidance system. If you want to know the truth about something, just pay attention how you feel. The feelings are the GPS system. They are constantly communicating. In each moment, we are getting guidance. In each moment. So you need to have, Sunday, when do you go to church? I don't know. I've never been to church. But you have 24/7 this guidance. You don't have to have a certain time to pray because the guidance is constant in each moment. You are being provided. So when we listen to our feelings, we listen to our guidance system to align with our soul's purpose. And how do we do that? By tuning in. When something feels right, you're on track. Something doesn't feel right, you're off track, right? That's why soul's purpose is different for everybody, because each soul is individual, and that's beautiful. And whatever makes you happy is for you. It's there for you to explore. But we are all doing things that makes us miserable. Like most people hate their jobs. Some people argue with their brother, sister, spouse, whatever. Maybe living in a country or in the apartment or a place where you don't want to live. Happened for me. We do on a day-to-day basis so many things we don't want to do. How to make that switch? So how I went about life was just start removing what I did not enjoy in my day-to-day life. Until up to this day, I'm still doing some things that I would prefer not to do, but they are, at least I perceive them as necessary to be done. YouTube is one of those. I had a nudge. Do YouTube. But I had extreme resistance to it. Extreme resistance. And I can tell you that I was not natural on camera. I still feel discomfort. But more you practice, more it goes away. And I still feel a bit of a resistance to do YouTube videos. That's why I'm doing it, because I was giving this intuitive nudge, do YouTube, do YouTube, do YouTube, constantly was coming into my head, but I didn't want to do it. Why would I do something I feel extremely uncomfortable with? Putting myself on camera, speaking on camera. Wow. And here we are. Voila. So to align with the life we came here to live, with align with our soul's purpose, to be happy, is to stop distracting ourselves. There are things that we cannot avoid because they are all generated through our mind. It's the perception of the thing we judge. It's the judgment that generates suffering. Yeah, and you will argue, yeah, but this or that person hurt me. Yes, they did, but somehow they are a reflection of you. We need to be a match, a frequency match, to attract certain experiences, people, places, things, and experiences that reflect that state of mind, that frequency that we generate within ourselves, right? So if you're completely depressed and nearly an addict, right, then the world will reflect that back to you. But as soon as you shift your mind, you can change your life, right? The world is not objective. It's you shift your mind and the world changes. The world has to reflect. So solution, do one thing at a time with full presence and attention. Get every ounce of the experience of what you're doing. Get every ounce out of that experience that you're having in the moment. Pay attention to how you feel. Feel your way through the day. Don't avoid it. No. Feel your way through the day. That's how we learn. I used to avoid reality so much, had so much resistance, and avoiding reality. But then we don't learn the lessons, and we just keep repeating same mistake again and again and again and again. And then we even complain why certain things happen on repeat. The deeper you walk into the depths of the darkness, there's polarity to everything. The darker the darkness, the brighter the light. So those beings who have had the most horrific experiences tend to be the wisest ones. I'm not saying that's the rule, because obviously there's a free choice. People can react in any way they want. Ace Ventura! I was a kid and so in love with him. I think he was my first crush. Jim Carrey was my very first crush. Saving animals. He was my hero. And when I heard that he struggled with depression his whole life, when he played the happiest face, tried to make everybody around him happy, it broke my heart. Sometimes those people who suffer the most have the biggest heart. This is the issue everybody has, including me. We are avoiding reality. We are avoiding living our own life. But we came here to experience it. So let's stop avoiding, okay? Tune in to how we feel. Are we feeling happy? We align with our soul's purpose, with our mission, by making ourselves happy. I really needed to give myself permission to be happy. Choose happiness. Choose happiness. Happiness is a choice. Choose to be happy. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to be happy. For me. I love you. I will see you in the next one.